to make it a little less bad. But at the end of the day, my guess is they'll all fall in line and it'll pass with every single Democrat for it and every single Republican.
Do you think that the
against.
checks that are going out, there's some unemployment benefits, additional benefits that would run out in March. Do you believe that these checks prevent some people from wanting to work? Do you believe that?
Well, there is a concern about making it more advantageous to stay home rather than going back to work. Look, if we had it to do all over again, and we, meaning Republicans, may offer an alternative that we think fits the situation, and it's considerably less than 1.9 trillion, 500 or 600 billion, which is still an enormous amount of money, but highly targeted at the healthcare portion of the problem, vaccines, kids in school, and we need to make sure that.
So after nearly 1 full year, Mitch and the GOP have woken up and understood that this is a health crisis, and throwing money into it is not of any use unless it is treated as a healthcare problem. Bravo, Mitch, bravo. At least now you have figured it all out. So you don't deal with it as a health crisis when you see the symptoms, and you deal with it as a health crisis after it metastasizes into something else. Had he said the same thing he just said on March 3rd, 2020, we will not be in this position. There wouldn't have been any need to spend $1.9 trillion now. So what was Mitch doing in March 2020? I found it. Senate Republicans had a plan. Cash payments of up to $1,200 for individuals, $2,400 for couples, and it phased out above $75,000 in gross income. Damn, that looks very much like what Biden is planning now to pass through. But there is more to what the GOP Senate had in mind in March 2020. $50 billion for airlines, $8 billion for cargo carriers, $150 billion for businesses, and wait, what the hell is this? More than 80% of tax benefits in a COVID relief bill will go to people making more than $1 million annually. We were told it was COVID relief. When did it become millionaire tax relief? What the heck? Did Mitch McConnell just say the current COVID relief bill will make it more advantageous to stay at home, and the Senate Republicans want to stay highly targeted at the healthcare portion of the problem? They did not feel the same way when they tucked $90 billion worth of tax relief for millionaires when they passed the COVID relief package in April last year. But suddenly, when Biden is in the White House, they want to take care of the healthcare portion of the problem. Had they addressed the problem correctly, had the Senate Republicans spent the money at the right things in April last year, like spending money at increasing hospital capacity, increasing awareness about masks, giving money to families that are hit hard by COVID, and then helping the businesses to stay alive, we would not be in the situation we find ourselves today. Had they spent it wisely last year, we may have never needed another COVID relief package to be passed at all. But they didn't, because trillions of dollars was sent all over the place. And why do you have to give tax relief for millionaires during the pandemic? Why? And he comes on TV and preaches that people will take the money and not go to work. They are taking money because they are not finding work, because you guys were busy sending tax relief to millionaires who happily took the money and forgot to hire in return. The COVID relief bill the Democrats are ready to push now looks very similar to what the Republicans passed last year on the individual relief part. It offers $1,400 for individuals making up to $75,000 and couples making $150,000 and phases out as the income levels increase. The earlier bill proposed by the White House tapered after $100,000 for individuals and $200,000 for couples. The change reduces the cost of the bill and makes it a bit more targeted than it was before. Unemployment benefits, which is set to expire this month, will be extended till August. $350 billion goes for state and local aid, $130 billion for schools, $160 billion will be spent on vaccinations, testing to improve healthcare support, and programs that take a direct aim at the healthcare portion of the problem. By October last year, nearly 4 trillion was spent under the GOP's blessing. $2.3 trillion went to businesses, but they were never asked to prove whether they were hit by the pandemic, nor were they mandated to not fire their employees. $651 million went for tax breaks. Yes, tax breaks. $454 billion was given to the Federal Reserve to stabilize the markets. That money played a major role in holding the stock markets in its place as it threw a floor to how low the markets can go. $670 billion went for paycheck protection. $884 billion was given to individuals, workers. 16% of the total amount was spent on the health crisis. Still a huge amount in terms of billions, but the problem is you throw 84% of the money to save the economy and 16% towards the health crisis, which is what caused the economy to stagnate. If they had reversed it, started off in the first bill by spending 84% to handle the health crisis and 16% to handle the economy, we wouldn't be in the situation now. Or maybe some version of it. My point is that at the start, we should have spent more to address the health crisis than the economy and slowly changed the composition of spending as dates rolled by. But instead, the GOP supervised a dole out to businesses and millionaires, letting the health crisis metastasize and kept throwing more money into a failed experiment. And the result is out there for all of us to see. There is no other country in the world that has more COVID cases than the United States. The GOP not only damaged the 2020 and 2021 economy, but their misplaced spending will hurt the country for a very, very long time. What will be the impact of the 500,000 American families that lost someone in their family to COVID? Who will count that? What is the economic impact? What will be the emotional impact? How many kids are now forced to grow up without a father or a mother? What is the cost of all that? Thanks for watching. If you like it, please do subscribe.